Forget wine, women, and wealth. Give me a calm sea and a good book, and I'm happy.
Hello, dear viewer. Sometimes there is a mod. Sometimes there is a mod that just makes you go, how come it's only being made now and not like 8 years ago? This is one of these mods. It is called BARDS REBORN Student of Song. It is basically become a bard mod with quite a few additions aimed at convenience, immersion and roleplay, quality of life and such. It is, by my book, what become a bard mod should have been. After installing the mod, your bard's college in Solitude will get a major overhaul. You will be able to join, but in a very immersive way of taking courses, listening to lectures, reading some books and then taking an exam. All the vanilla quests will be available to you then, as well as a room to sleep and store your stuff in. A little crafting room, although an alchemy station would be nice to have as well. There is even a little shrine to Dibella, which is very appropriate for any bard, especially if you are also using Winter Sun. The exams quests actually require you to remember information you acquired by reading the newly added books. And you fail them if you give a wrong answer to even 1 out of 5 questions. And there is 7 exams to take in total. It is a little bit unforgiving, I would say. After they are completed, however, you gain access to both vanilla and become a bard quests from Bayarmo. Speaking of which, the mod contains pretty much all the features of the original become a bard mod. So you can perform in taverns for money, you can craft and use instruments, you can increase your bard skill and possibly your speech skill, you can have a lute on your back, all the niceties, and they are all customizable in the MCM. However, it is not all the mod has to offer. It also has a new way of casting spells through music. As your bard skill increases, you gain access to new spell songs craftable at a spell song scriptorium in the Bard's College. Most of the effects will be illusion based, however at very high bard skill levels you can also create some destruction, alteration and restoration effects. Most of these spells will affect both you and your allies. They are rather powerful, but it is hopefully somewhat balanced by the long casting time. I'm a busy man, so I was unable to test all of them, but judging by the descriptions, some balancing tweaks should still be considered. There is, for example, a spell song giving you and your friends muffle, invisibility and fortify sneak, and it only requires 60 points in the bard skill. Sounds a teeny bit broken, but who knows. At least the process of acquiring these powers is a little bit grindy enough to make it virtually impossible for you to get all of them quickly. And bards are usually, jacks of all trades, so they could use some help, I guess. It also needs to be mentioned that the mod also makes the entire Bard's College more interesting visually by adding some neat pictures to the walls, a little display section, a museum actually, with readable plaques. It expands the library for all the lore junkies out there, and adds new dialogues you can listen to while hanging out with your fellow students. And frankly, one of my favorite features actually, it introduces Maluka as a fully functional quest-giving NPC. Yep, Maluka herself is now in Skyrim. Hello, my lady. As of recording of this video, there are still some minor issues with the mod. Some textures are overlapping and flickering in a few places. Some wall elements are not perfectly aligned, causing you to see into the void through the little gaps. Also, for some reason, it retextures all barrels in the world. I mean, they are nice textures. They are frequently used as a modder's resource. Just, why? It's not a mod for that. It's a mod for something else. Don't retexture all my chests and barrels. Thank you very much. As far as I can tell by reading the mod page discussion, the author is still hard at work with this one, so the issues are likely to get fixed. And even as it is now, the mod is nice to the eye, immersive and fully playable. Imagine running this alongside Legacy of the Dragonborn. You can finally have a full historian playthrough. With alternate start, you could also just start your game owning the player house in Solitude, and voila, you are a rich, entitled intellectual who never leaves the capital because it's too cold out there. Definitely recommended by Belisaurus Gaming, hands down. The link to the mod is in the description Of course, for now, I'm off to make some more builds. We shall see each other again, guys. Bye, bye, bye.